G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm going to do another 3D bloom in the series that I have been doing recently. The first one was the pink and black, and then we did the green and kind of lime green, and when I did this one I said next time we're doing blues. So today is blues. So I've got a couple of inks here. Let's Resin blue and midnight blue. So a light blue and a dark blue. And I usually tend to do the darker colors in the middle. So we'll do the dark blue in the middle and the light blue on the outside. And then I've got these little bits of crushed glass here. I've got my resin. It's sitting on about 35-ish degrees. Every time I take it, I get a different reading. It depends. Put it on the ground. Put it on the bench. There we go. 35.7 degrees Celsius, which is perfect. So what I'm going to do now is going to put, I probably would put 40 grams into that little cup there. I need a tiny little bit for my stones, not much at all, just a little drizzle just to make a paste. And then I'll divide the others, the rest of it in here. So for the dark, we don't need a lot for the dark center. Maybe I should just leave it in this cup to save a cup, hey? We don't need, so that'll be the dark. And then I'm just going to put 30 grams in here. I'll do it over here. Move over. Give me some room. All right, zero that. And I'll pour it in on the stick so we're not doing too much splashing. Probably 30 will be enough. It's quite a lot. There we go. We've got 35. 31. Close enough. So an ounce. And that'll be for my white. Oops, getting sticky. Let me just get that off my hands. Okay, I think that will be enough. I think that'll be enough. All right, yeah, because sometimes, you know, you don't want the center being too dark. So midnight blue, let's just try, start with one drop. And as usual, I will link Let's Resin's links for you, web addresses. Their UK Amazon store, their US Amazon store, well that's pretty, and their other website, their regular website. Now because this is basically clear, we have to make sure that it's really well mixed. And of course you could add your color and then put your resin in your Let's Resin bubble removing machine, which I think I said I was going to do that last time and then I totally forgot. But you just want to make sure that that's streak free, especially on the sides. If you've got any ink on the sides of your cup, make sure that you're streak free. And our darker blue doesn't necessarily have to be darker, but we just want a different shade. I think I will need it to be a little bit darker, so 2 drops. So I think, what did I do? 2 drops in the light blue and 2 drops in the dark blue. Okay, so that's that. And because I've got 30 grams of resin for my white, we'll be doing 3 drops. Oh, and I keep forgetting to tell you, I have still got an end of financial year sale on in my eBay store, and that will be down in the description as well, that link. So I think we've only got a few days left. No, maybe a week. Oh, what's the date today? I don't even know. Anyway, if you want some molds at 10% off, check out my eBay store, and I do ship worldwide. Well, pretty much most countries anyway. Some countries I found things just never get to where they're going, so they probably I won't have those listed, but most countries I do. And if you want multiple molds, put everything in your cart and then check out once. Okay? Don't buy something, check out. Buy something, check out. Because then you're going to pay multiple postages. So what happens is when you do multiple postages, you get charged a main price. If you're overseas, it's probably about $30 Australian. And then each mold after that, it adds an extra $8 Australian, because my molds are really heavy. So every time you buy more molds, the weight goes up and up and up. But I don't charge any extra. It only just covers what Australia Post charge me. Okie dokes. So there you go. All right, so that's my white. So what I want to do now is pour in this light blue. It's gorgeous color. Very pretty. And I don't have any streaks. Yay! Well, none so far anyway. But yeah, one day I'll remember to mix my... Oh, there's a streak. Look at that. It's because I scraped the bottom. That's okay. We can fix it. It's okay. All right. But I guess if you didn't scrape your cup to get the last little dregs out, you wouldn't have that issue. But yeah, I will, if I remember, add my color, stir it in, then put it in my bubble removing machine. I just automatically do it the other way. But because I'm doing this, see, now I've got little bubbles again. Whereas if I added the color, stirred it, then I wouldn't be getting any bubbles at all. Oops, let's give it a little bit of just a light little torch in the middle. And I need, this will do. You can see where the bubbles are. It's really easy to see actually when your resin has been tinted with, just lightly tinted. You can see the bubbles and you can just pull them out to the center. They like to get caught in those little pointy bits there. This is my small blossom tray mold, and I will link this one for you as well. It comes in small, medium and large. This is the small. It's about 20 centimeters across. All right, that'll do for that one. Make sure you're not going to torch anywhere near these little points, otherwise they will get fused to your mold. The resin will fuse to your mold. I've done it. I've done it. I've ruined a couple of molds. All right, now this one, the dark blue, is going to pour it into the middle. And we'll just do it slowly so we don't get the resin moving too much. If you think that your blue circles, your dark blue circles getting a bit big, just, don't use everything. You probably don't need all of that. So I mixed up 110 grams of A and 100 grams of B, and I'm using these. I've got these little bottles, and I thought because I'm moving, I've got to move house, move studio, move everything in 3 weeks. I'm trying to use up as many bottles as I can of little bits and pieces of resin that I've got left over, just so I don't have to pack and move too much. I will put up a little video of the new house. I took a little video the other day, so I'll pop that up for you. It'll just be probably a video just on its own of the new place and the surrounding area sort of thing. So if you're not interested, that's fine. Oh gosh, I always make such a mess with these stones. These little bits get stuck in there and then I can't close it. So anyway, yeah, that'll be coming up soon. So if you're interested to see where we are going, you can check that out. But like I said, if you're not interested, that's fine. You can just sort of skip to the next video. I know some people are interested. And I didn't know whether to put it up or not, but I thought, oh, well, you guys can choose. All right, so there we go. See, it's a nice thick paste. But I will kind of just give it a bit of a zhuzh, just so that it can blend a little bit more and settle. I don't want it too big. It's not a huge mold. We don't want the center too big. Try and get it in the middle if you can, just so that it looks better. Now, if you've got leftovers, what you can do is you can actually lay them on a piece of plastic. I'll do it later. And make yourself a little disc so that you can use the disc next time. If I've got time before it cures, I will, I'll do that. Now, where you're looking at it, the camera's on a little bit of an angle, so you may not see it quite centered, but hopefully it's centered. But I need to get this done. All right, so there's my resin, there's my little piping bag. I've cut the top off. Generally, these little piping bags come in small, medium, and large. I just buy the smalls, and then I also cut about that much off the top and just fold it over my little cups here. These are about 4 ounces, I think, 120 ml little cups. Clean my sticks so I can use them again. Pop those bubbles really gently because you don't want to burn a hole in your bag, do you? Nope. All right, here we go. I think that's looking pretty. Oh, I can still see a bubble. Come out, bubble. But yeah, the resin, because, and I've told you this before, because it's winter now in Queensland, Australia, in fact, the whole of Australia, but I'm in Queensland, my resin, you know, is sitting in a cold studio all night, so it's pretty cold and thick. Resin gets thick when it gets cold, doesn't it? So I do pop it in my microwave. I have a special microwave that I use just for resin that's in my studio, and just to warm it up and so that it's thinner, and then, you know, it's easier to stir with less bubbles. Now today I'm going to pipe little circles. I think I've done this for you before because I've done the same way on the last 2, and I thought I'll just do little circles for you this time. So each little petal here is going to have circles like this, and then I want to do my little squiggles like I've done on the other 2 in the center because I think that looks pretty, and hopefully I'll have enough resin. Oh, I was going to do 40 grams and I thought, oh, 30 will be plenty. So hopefully it will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just wiping it so that I don't drip. I think I've done this design for you before. Pretty sure I have. I'll wind that up. Then I want to do my little squiggles like I did on the previous 2. I think they look really nice. And I think I'll do an extra row of squiggles. I'm squeezing in the middle. Who does that with the toothpaste? Squeezes in the middle of the tube. I do. Okay, so that's it. All right, still got a tiny bit left. So that was all I needed. I didn't need all of that. Didn't need 40 milligrams. 40 grams, I should say. I just put my hand under my isopropyl dispenser. You know those liquid soap dispensers that you have? I fill mine with isopropyl. And then I just put my hand under it, and then I can clean my sticky gloves. All right, now I think what we want to do. Where's my little pointy stick? Pointy stick, where are you? Oh, probably need to buy some more actually, because a lot of them have got the ends broken off. And this is not a double one. Some of them are doubles, aren't they? Yeah, I can't find it. I mean, you could use that, but it's not really a big enough little dot. See, that one's broken as well. I need to buy myself some new ones. I do. Okay, so let's see if I can. No, I can't really fix that. I'll try. Oh, look, I don't think it'll matter. I think by the time it all moves in, it'll be fine. What I do want to do is I'm going to go up from here. It's going to do. None of them are really good. I'm going to go up from here. Like so. And then just these little guys as well. You can see how thick my resin's getting and sort of starting to get a bit sticky. Just pull that up a little bit. I don't think I've ever done this before, so it'll be interesting to see what this looks like, eh? Be interesting to see. Now you could, if you wanted to, bring these in a little bit. Do you think I should? Oh gosh. Oh no, let's not. Let's not do it. I like how they look just like that. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. And because again it's quite chilly in my studio, I do have the heater on because the molds that I made last night haven't cured properly yet, and it's, you know, normally I can get, like in summer, I can get 3 batches of molds made a day because of the heat. But now the ones we did last night are still not set, so we put the heater on. So I can't need to make more molds today. Just on low. I'm just going to heat this a little bit, just on low. Now this is going to do 2 things. It's going to pop those bubbles, and it's also going to just start moving that white and encouraging it to bloom. Just pushing that from the outside in. A little bit on the inside there. Okay, not too much because you will disrupt your white, and the white will get really thin, and it could sink. And we don't want sink. We don't want any blobbies, do we? Nope. All right. I'm just going to go and grab a plastic bag, and then what we can do is we can just scrape this out. Oh, see, it's quite thick and claggy now. But it is possible to, you know, spread it out, so I might as well save it because we can use it for a center in another piece. No point wasting your products. And I always seem to put too much stone in because I don't want it to be too runny. All right, that'll do. Now, if I put some isopropyl on my finger, I can potentially push that down without it sticking to me, you see. Of course, on a glove. And just make it into a bit of a circle, however you want it. Not too symmetrical, but I like it to look a little bit natural, don't we? So I'll just push the edges down a little bit more, just so we haven't got that total round edge. A little bit more asymmetrical, I should say. Okay, that'll do. All right, so let's let that cure now. And cover this. There's a hair or something in there. Yep, got it. I probably should have put no, because I wanted definite sort of petals, but I mean, you could, if you wanted to, in that space there, you know, put a little something else, but no. I'm not going to torch it just yet. I found that the torching can sort of make holes in the white, so I'm going to let it, probably give it about 15 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and just give it a light little torching, just to pop any bubbles. And then I'll go and have a look and see I think a navy blue would be really nice for the background, and then maybe we can edge it in some silver. I think that would look amazing. All right, see you soon. It's been a few hours, and this is what we've got. These petals look really good. In here, not quite sure what's going on. Hopefully these dots won't show on the back. It's probably bubbles. I did torch the center, It was probably about 10 minutes afterwards, and I said to you that the torch can sometimes make the little bubbles. I think it's just, you know, where the bubbles pop. I'll just pop this back up on the stand. So hopefully they won't show on the other side, those little dots. All right, so I've got more of the Let's Resin Fast Cure Resin, and I've got my box of colours, my Let's Resin mica powder colours. So, and I like to keep them upside down like that so I can see. Otherwise, you know, you're looking at white tops. That's what I do. Now, the only sort of dark blue, I was hoping there'd be a navy. This is, it says sapphire blue, but to me it's throwing more of a purple. I mean, it might be different once it's mixed up, but from the bottle it looks purple. This blue, it just says blue. I'm just trying to match it with the center, so I think I'll go with that one. And my little discs, I think they're done. See, look at that. Cute little discs. So you can use those again as centers. So what I'll do is I'll put some of this blue in. I haven't used it yet. Just open it. And I do want a dark blue, so I am envisaging that I'm going to have to add a little bit of black to it to make it a navy, which is fine. There's no reason why you can't add black or a different color blue if you want a darker color. So I've mixed my resin for 3 minutes, and then I started the video because I thought, well, I'm going to mix it again now for another minute anyway, rather than, you know, stir for 4 minutes and then add the color and stir for another minute. Well, it looks pretty, doesn't it? Actually, it's quite similar. But I would like to put just a, or maybe just a half a drop of the black. So this is the black pigment paste by Let's Resin. Just a little drop. Get in there. I'm trying not to squeeze too big a drop out. There we go. And hopefully that will be okay. So I've got about 55 grams of A and 50 grams of B, and that has made it just a little bit darker. Look at that. I think that's a perfect match, you guys. I like that. All right, so now I'm just going to keep stirring for another, probably only need another 30 seconds, and then we'll be good to go. So I like doing the background color to match my center. So if I've got a dark blue center, I do a dark blue background. And in my previous one, if you saw the green one, I had the darker green center, so I did the darker green background. And we try and make sure that it's an opaque color, which I think it is, because you really want those, you know, those blooms to stand out. So if your background color's not dark enough, sometimes it's difficult to see the blooms. I won't pour that all in just yet, just to make sure that I'm not going to overflow. Push all that in, like so, and I think we can add the rest. So pretty much 100 and 100 for the first coat or first layer, so that's 200, and then roughly 50 and 50 for the second one, so that's another 100. So 300, 10 ounces. Won't fill the mold all the way, but it gives you a rough idea of, you know, how much to mix up if you've got this mold or something similar in size. All right, now because this is the back, I'm just going to spray with some isopropyl. I wouldn't do that if I'm going to do a bloom over the top, because the alcohol sort of moves and makes everything spread. So I'm quite happy to do it on the back, but not, you know, if it's not the background. All right, so we will leave that now. I'll put my gorgeous blue away. I really like that color. I think that looks really pretty. Put this away. And of course you can grab yourself this box of gorgeous colors as well. and I'll link those for you. Well, you know, I'll put the links down below for Let's Resin. All right, we'll cover this and clean up a little bit, and I'll see you hopefully later on tonight before I go to bed. Otherwise, we'll have to leave it for the morning. It just depends. It's going to be pretty cold again tonight, so it might take a little while to cure. But what I do have over there on my bench, I have an old food dehydrator that I used to use for like chicken jerky, things like that for my dogs. I don't use it anymore for the dogs. It's cheaper just for me to buy it on eBay. But once this has cured, like in 3 hours or something, and it's not, you know, sloshy to pick it up, I'll pick it up and I'll put it in the food dehydrator for about an hour, just on about 45 degrees Celsius, and leave that in for an hour, and then it's usually, you know, it'll cut the curing time down in half for me, so I can unmold it tonight. So I'll probably do that. All right, see you soon. Okay, I ended up waiting for the next day. All right, here it is. Look at that. You can see how all the resin's moved into the middle. Let's get it out. See how it's going to go. Careful with the little thin pointy edges there. Just going to help that out. I don't want to break it. Just going to help it loosen. There we go. I did torch. You saw me torch, but very quickly. I tried not to get too near the edges, but yep, we're good. No, I don't think I didn't damage anything. That's all right. But yeah, just we don't torch just in case. But no, that was fine. It was just a little bit caught there. All right, here we go. There we go. There's the mold. Beautiful. And of course, I will link that for you down below in the description if you'd like to get one of those for yourself. And it's 10% off. I've got my silver pens ready to go. Well, I'll show you those in a minute once we've turned this over. All right. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. Please be pretty. Oh, it is pretty. Oh, but look, you can see those dots. Oh, never mind. You can see the dots in the middle. I guess that's because I torched them too early. And this is me again saying, do what I say, don't do as I do. Because, yeah, the torch pops those little bubbles, and then you end up with the little dots there. So, but look, it's still really pretty. These are really pretty. Look at the edges. So pretty. And my stones are pretty. I like those. Again, I can't really see the difference in colour. Now, when I look back on this one, I can definitely see there's a grey and a pink. And then when I did the greens, I did like a dark green and I did a lime green. So you can see a little bit of it. So I'm kind of thinking now, because I've done 2 shades of the same colour and then the background in the same colour, I can't really see the difference. And here too, you could see it when I poured it. I did the darker middle and then the lighter on the edges. But because I've gone in and done that dark blue, it's pretty much all you can see. So it's interesting. Okay, so we've learned something here. I think I should stick to the 2 totally separate colors, because the one color and just having different shades is blending too much. So we're not getting that definition of color. So that's good. I didn't sort of realize until I'd done 2 in the same colors, the green and the blue, that that's what's happening. So I'm going to have to stick to 2 separate colors and then a background. All right, so that's very, very interesting. Okay, now I'm going to go around this with my little silver pen. Zoom you in a touch. So with the Let's Resin chrome markers, you get 3 gold and 3 in the silver or chrome, and they've got 3 different nibs. You've got a really fine, a medium, and then quite a thick one. So I like to use the thick one because it's got that sort of chiseled edge. And I put the edge of the mold in the middle of that little edge there, and it's much easier for me to just go around. Look at that. I'll come and do those middle bits later because I can't get in there with the marker. But it goes on, wow, it goes on really nicely. Bit disappointed about that center, but what can you do? I mean, if you really hate it, you can cover it with a sticker. I don't think I've really had that issue to that extent before, but I'm assuming it's from the bubbles that have popped. And you're probably wondering why just in the middle, and I'm thinking because you know how resin moves. Oops, gotta be careful I don't touch the wet. You know how the resin moves from the outside in, so the bubbles also move from the outside in. So these ones on the edges don't have bubbles, but it's all kind of collected in the center. And then when I've torched, it's popped those bubbles and then left those little holes. If I'd left it, I mean, I still would torch them, but if I'd left it a little bit longer until the resin had cured more, that wouldn't have been a problem. So yeah, we've learned a few things today with this pour, which is great. It's what my channel is all about, learning. I'm not one of these people that sort of, you know, do a pour and it hasn't worked out and then think, oh, look, I'll just do another one and show you the finished product and go, ta-da, you know, look how wonderful it is. No, I don't do that. I show you exactly what's happened, tell you why it's happened, and hopefully how we can fix it and have it not happen again. So that's what we're all about here. Now, to get these middle bits, I'm just going to use the little pointy edge there, and I'm just going to go over it like that, just to get those little middle bits where I can't get in there with my marker, just to finish this off. But as far as a blue and silver and white pour goes, it's really pretty, isn't it? Yep. Let's go over that one again, make it neater. Okay, I think that's it. Alrighty. Yeah, I can't really see the. When I hold it up to the light, I can sort of see the different shades a little bit. I can see that lighter blue, but basically, yeah, it's just all blue. I must have put quite a light blue around the edges because you can still see that the there's a very slight blue tinge to those petals, but if you look at this one, you know, they're quite dark. You know, they're not a white petal, so I must have done my color that I poured my petals into quite light because they still look quite white. So there we go. So not an amazing bloom in the center. If we just don't look at the center, we'll be okay. But yeah, it is what it is. You could put a sticker over it. So there we go. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've learnt something. And don't forget to use those links down below. We have another, I think, 3 days left of the end of financial year sale. So get shopping, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. Bye for now.